Good morning and welcome back for another FSD video. I just got FSD 14.2.2.3 and this will be my first drive. I'm actually traveling for business right now and have some meetings here in Des Moines. I'm going to be commuting from West Des Moines, so it's about an 18-minute trip, and since we're short on time here, I'm going to just get started and we'll talk along the way here. Had a really good drive with 14.2.2.2 yesterday, all the way from St. Paul, 0 disengagements, 0 interventions. The car did fantastic the entire way. It really did nothing wrong at all. So probably one of the best drives I've had along this stretch since I first tested autopilot. God, that was 2018 now, coming down here. So it's nice to finally see that these drives now are just routinely boring and that the car just does everything it's supposed to now. So hoping for more of the same with this this minor release here. The release notes, I did post about this on X, so if you don't follow me on there, definitely follow me there. I always post by the minute updates as I get these updates, and just kind of my direct feedback as well if you just prefer written content over video. But so far, these builds of version 14, that guy was going way too fast there. He was trying to make that light, and it looks like he's going to go through a red light anyways. So great handling of that. The FSD did exactly what it was supposed to. It waited to make that lane change because it saw him at fast approaching, and you noticed it didn't hesitate at all. It knew from the start that car was coming in too hot. It waited for it to pass, and then it made its lane change. And we still had plenty of time, and we still got over correctly. So already off to a great start here. But just wanted to say that, overall so far, pretty much all of the version 14.2.2 builds have been really, really good. In my opinion, they've all been the best version 14 builds we've seen so far, and they just keep getting better. I will say some folks have mentioned 2.2.2 had some maybe regressions. I know my cousin who's got a Model X has said that there's still lane hesitation in his vehicle with auto lane changes. I haven't seen that behavior at all in my S at all, really, since the first 14.2.2 build dropped. So I'm not sure if that issue is hopefully fixed in this. I haven't heard of any other Model X owners reporting that behavior, so I don't know if he needs a camera calibration or not, but he'll definitely be sharing his thoughts as well, I'm sure, as he gets some more seat time. He drives a lot with FSD. I think he averages about 25,000 miles a year with FSD, so just because of his long commute. But that's the only issues I've really heard of so far. Obviously we're still waiting for some additional reasoning and some other things that are planned for version 14.3 and beyond. I'm guessing this bug fix update is just going to keep us kind of at bay until that's ready to drop here. Hopefully later this quarter is my hope, but who knows. Good job with those lane changes there. Again, no hesitation whatsoever. And then just kind of, describing this drive here and just this video in particular, I will not be doing any timestamps immediately. I'll release those probably later today once I have time, but just for the sake of getting this video out, I have a 9 a.m. meeting this morning, so I'm just going to, post the raw and edited footage for this drive, and we will, I'll add some detail later on for those on YouTube who like the chapters and whatnot. Those will still come at some point. It just will become later on. And then just a comment about the speed profile. So I'm just on standard for right now. And I did notice too, when going downtown Des Moines here, I actually had to set a waypoint because the actual address, it wanted to park around the corner. So when I dropped the pin and set the parking to street, it followed the correct path there. So that was the only thing I had to do differently here in terms of navigation or outside of the ordinary. And that continues to kind of be an issue outside of FSD, but the navigation and the routing is still probably the Achilles heel of this entire solution. And I can't decide or tell if it's a data problem or just a routing engine problem, but I've noticed differing results with the online routing and setting enabled. So something is different there. They're doing something, but I can't tell if it's different data sets or just a different routing engine. But sometimes online routing recommends a worse route, sometimes it recommends a better route. It really just depends on the location. So just really hope Tesla is listening to that feedback and working hard, I'm sure, to improve that, just because once they fix that, I don't have to do these goofy waypoints like when I do this route from my house back in St. Paul to my gym that I go to. I often have to add 1 or 2 waypoints just to get it to go basically straight down the road from my house. It just, we'll always pick these super goofy routes for whatever reason. And St. Paul doesn't plow their roads really very well. They're side streets. So the more side streets you're on, the worse experience it is, because there's usually big ice ruts, and it's slower and it's less comfortable. You just go name it. It's just worse through and through. So I figured out waypoints that allow me to kind of get the car to do what I want it to do, but it shouldn't be that difficult. So there's some room for improvement there for sure, but I know many other folks have complained about that, so this isn't a unique thing for me anyways, mentioning that. So coming up ahead, we do have a speed camera right up here. So we'll be keeping an eye on the speed that FSD selects. So far, it's just going about 2 miles over the speed limit, and there's not a lot of room to go faster just because of the morning commute into downtown Des Moines. But so far, I would say that was one of the improvements that I recognized. With the subsequent, 14.2.2.1 and .2 builds, the speed profiles, you could tell were getting tuned in each of those builds. I would say, while the standard speed profile is, on average slower in .2, the speeds were more consistent, which I appreciated. So all the way down yesterday from St. Paul, the car in a 70 mile per hour zone was only doing 5 over, so it would only go to 75 miles per hour. But it would never, ever go above that. So it seems to be they've done a better job of training the system to get up to that offset speed and then stay there, which I really preferred, because it makes the vehicle more predictable to everybody around us if they want to pass us or whatever. But we didn't camp in the left lane. So, honestly, I think that's really good behavior. personally, I like to go about 9 over is kind of my desired, offset for roads like that, like I-35 and the bigger interstates, but it just really depends, right? So, 5 over for me, since I was trying to stretch the range of my car anyways yesterday and not stop, it worked out great. So, but it seems like hurry will do about 9 over, but I've noticed it also does a little faster than that sometimes. So, if anything, I would prefer they slow hurry down just a little bit, so it's that 9 over offset in 70 mile per hour zones, and then just keep Mad Max to 15 over or whatever it's set to currently, which I know a lot of people like to use on the West Coast and East Coast, where people drive a lot faster than they do in the Midwest. And there was the chime for the speed camera. That was that sound that you just heard ahead. But yeah, that's a little feature that saves me a lot when I come down here, just because Iowa loves their speed camera, especially in Des Moines and Cedar Rapids. Okay, again, no hesitation with that lane change there. Car did everything it was supposed to do. Good to see no regression so far with automatic lane changes. And our exit here, KOA, is coming up here in about a half a mile. And then we'll be kind of getting into downtown Des Moines. Alright, nice and smooth deceleration here as we approach this right turn up ahead. We actually have a really nice brand new Model Y behind us here. I wonder if he's using FSD as well. Hopefully. Based on the turn signal usage, I would say, or lack thereof, I would say not using FSD, which is a bummer. Alright, so we're just about a quarter mile or so from our destination. The car will be kind of staying to the right up ahead. It's not really a right turn per se, but the road kind of curves naturally to the right. We'll just have to stay to the right there of that fork, and then we should parking should be on our right side. So we'll want to stay in the right lane here, which the car did a great job of doing since that lane ended back there. Alright, so here is the fork that I mentioned before. And there should be, hopefully, plenty of parking spots here off the street. If not, we're going to have to go down a little bit. And it looks like it's actually quite busy today. So let's see what we find. There's a spot right here. That would have worked. Let's see. Looks like we're going to go up. Hopefully it pulls forward a bit. Alright. And perfect. It actually picked an open parking spot. So looks like I hit a sticker, a little piece of metal back there. That was kind of goofy. But anyways, pretty easy drive for FSD so far. No real issues that I can see. So I'll be posting hopefully some more videos later this afternoon when I have time, just driving around the Des Moines Metro here. But if you have any questions or have things you want me to test, feel free to shoot me a reply in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.